Okay, now let's have a look at using SyntheSim. SyntheSim is a mode of simulation where all the results are calculated all the time, and you can move little sliders on the screen and it will immediately calculate results for you and display them in the graph. But first, let's just change our model slightly to make it a little bit more user-friendly in SyntheSim mode. So let's use the equation tool and have a look at the interest rate. Now these boxes here, the min, the maximum and the increment, are the values that the SyntheSim slider will take. Now let's make our interest rate minimum of 0%, maximum of maybe 20%, and we'll allow increments 0.01. We'll do the same for our contribution per month. We can either put in 0, maybe up to $400, increments of $10. And our initial savings, say 0 for a minimum, maximum of maybe $10,000, increments of maybe $100. Let's save our model, give this a new run name, and click the SyntheSim button. You can now see we've got some little graphs here in the boxes. What we can also do is we can move these sliders, and SyntheSim will calculate the new values and show us the implications of that. Now these graphs can be a little bit difficult to see, so let's put a bigger graph on the screen. So stop SyntheSim and let's use our IO object tool. So click that and click here. We're going to output one of our workbench tools. That's one of the tools on the left hand side here. We're going to show our pension savings because that's really what we're interested in. And we're going to show a graph. You can see here I've got too many runs loaded, so let's unload some. So we're just going to have our SyntheSim experiment and our baseline run. Let's save our model and run SyntheSim again. Now you can see when we start the run, our two experiments are exactly the same. I can start to increase the interest rate, see immediately the implication that has on my final pension pot. I can also look at the initial pension, the initial amount I put into my pot. If I increase that, we can see immediately what the effect is. And likewise, I can look at my contributions per month and see what effect that has on the final amount in my pension pot. We can reset a slider to its initial value if we need to using this button here, or we can reset everything back to their baseline settings, which is what I've just done. It's quite clear that the interest rate is the biggest driver of how much we end up with in our pensions pot at the end of the year.